Hey, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into the story of Santa, someone who always dreamed of becoming an idol, long before anyone even knew his name. "I was just a normal kid who loved watching K-pop," he once said. "I really liked BTS. Seeing them on stage, with so many people cheering for them, it looked so cool. I wanted to be like that." At 16, he took his first step toward that dream by joining Thailand School Star 2019 under GMMTV. He didn't win, but the dream never faded. Instead, he pivoted to acting, signed with Studio Wabi Sabi, and eventually landed his breakout role in My Only 12% in 2022. The series made him a BL favorite, but music remained his ultimate goal. So when the Korean survival show Fantasy Boys opened auditions, Santa didn't hesitate. He packed his bags and left Thailand to chase his dream. But Korea was tougher than he ever imagined. "I wasn't confident when I joined," he admitted. "I couldn't speak Korean. I had no friends. I didn't know what anyone was saying." Most of the other contestants had years of training. Santa was starting from zero. Off camera, there were no breaks, just endless practice and constant pressure. Still, he shocked everyone by ranking first in the very first week. But with success came criticism. Some K-pop fans accused him of using the idol label to gain popularity back in Thailand. Others argued non-Korean speakers didn't belong. He was mocked for his Korean skills and doubted for his spot on the show. Behind the scenes, he was struggling. He cried alone in bathrooms so no one would see. He got sick often, battling headaches, breathing issues, and even being hospitalized twice. But still, he trained harder. "It was the hardest thing I've ever done," he said. "But I was happy, because it was something I chose." Santa faced language barriers, cultural bias, harsh editing, and cold treatment from some fellow contestants. And yet, he pushed through. Until the final round, when he was eliminated. "I was tired," he later confessed. "But I don't regret it. I chased my dream. Even if I failed, I was happy." When he returned to Thailand, fans noticed a change. He didn't seem as cheerful. Something in Korea had clearly left him broken and deeply hurt. With his confidence at an all-time low, Santa made a personal decision. He underwent plastic surgery. In an interview shared by his clinic, he spoke candidly about the procedures and why he chose them. "The muscles around my eyes were weak. They made me look tired and worried," he said. "I was really insecure about that." He also had nasal issues that affected both his breathing and appearance. According to the clinic, Santa underwent double eyelid surgery, ptosis correction, open rhinoplasty, and nasal cavity treatment. These weren't just cosmetic, they also addressed long-standing health and self-esteem concerns. "The biggest change," Santa said quietly, "is probably my confidence. When I'm in front of the camera, I feel like my face looks more defined. I feel more confident in myself. I'm really happy I made the right decision." But not everyone reacted kindly. Some critics accused him of trying to hide the surgeries, saying he wanted fans to believe his appearance was natural. Others, especially those against cosmetic procedures, used his honesty as fuel for hate. Still, for many fans, Santa's transparency was refreshing. In an industry where every flaw is magnified, the pressure to look perfect is overwhelming. For Santa, getting surgery wasn't about vanity, it was about healing, inside and out. In a world that demands perfection but rarely allows vulnerability, Santa broke industry taboos simply by speaking up. In doing so, he gave others the courage to confront their own insecurities. Even before cracks began to show during Fantasy Boys, Santa's rising career had already weathered controversy. His breakout role in My Only 12% came with intense scrutiny. At just 17, he was thrust into a whirlwind of fan service alongside his older co-star, Earth Katsamut, to promote the show. They were encouraged to share flirtatious moments both on and off screen, through behind-the-scenes clips, dance videos, and teasing interviews that quickly flooded social media. But what was meant to create buzz sparked debate. Many fans were uncomfortable with the dynamic, arguing that Santa, still a minor, was being pressured into a type of performative intimacy he may not have been ready for. Accusations of grooming surfaced, with critics suggesting Earth should have drawn clearer boundaries. Santa was a minor when Kuhart was paired with him, grinding on him off-set. It was so nasty, one comment read. Others defended Earth, pointing out that he didn't choose the casting and was simply following agency direction. It's unfair to blame him, a fan wrote. Some even suggested Santa had more agency than people assumed, noting how confident he seemed in promotional material. Still, the age and experience gap created an undeniable power imbalance. The controversy ignited broader discussions about double standards in the BL industry. Why is everyone okay with Max Nat, who have a 9-year age gap and started working together when Nat was 17 and Max was 26, but Santa and Earth get dragged for the same thing, one netizen asked. Queer actors always get judged more harshly. Santa, under immense pressure, never publicly addressed the controversy. But for many, it marked the beginning of a career shaped by complexity and constant scrutiny. After a brief stint in Korea, Santa may have hoped to leave the worst behind. But the backlash only deepened. Quietly finishing his contract with Wabi Sabi in 2024. He signed with GMMTV, looking for a fresh start. Some fans, still loyal to his previous pairing with Earth, were disappointed. Things escalated when Santa was cast as co-lead opposite Perth Tanapon in Perfect 10-liners. Fans of the former Perthchim ship couldn't accept the new pairing. Criticism came swiftly. Sorry, I'm bitter about this pairing. Is there no one else at GMMTV? One fan wrote. Chimon's acting is way better than Santa's. Behind the scenes, Santa shared that he, too, felt the weight of the comparison. I feel like I'm not good enough yet, he admitted. I'm still young, I want to grow, to improve, and be worthy of standing next to Perth. His openness revealed how deeply the criticism affected him. But Perth stepped up with support. Honestly, Santa is very talented, he said. He just lacks confidence. I want everyone to remind him how amazing he is. As Santa's popularity soared, a troubling pattern emerged. Some fans who claimed to support him began targeting others in the industry. It started when Forth accidentally mentioned the outdated Perthchim pairing instead of Perth Santa. Though he quickly apologized, his TikTok was flooded with hate. Weeks later, Gemini made the same slip and faced similar harassment. People should think before speaking. Apologize to Santa, one fan wrote. Another added, what you did wasn't cool. Show some respect. The irony? Santa never encouraged any of this behavior. His image remains humble and drama-free. But some of his fans have created an environment where even his friends walk on eggshells. For someone who openly struggles with self-doubt, that must be devastating. Despite his rising fame, Santa continues to face pressure, whether about his looks, his roles, or just existing in the public eye. Sadly, much of that pressure is worsened by the very people who say they support him. Don't use Santa's name to bully others, one concerned fan wrote. He's already getting hate every day. You're just making it worse. Do you think Santa or Perth would be proud to see this? Instead of lifting him up, these fan wars bring more drama, something Santa never asked for. Fast forward to December 19, 2024, Santa kept the promise he made during Fantasy Boys, I'll work hard to fulfill my dream. That night, he debuted as a member of GMMTV's boy band Jasper. The boy who once watched BTS on TV was now an idol himself. After the heartbreak and the grind, Santa finally found his place on stage, for real, this time. And he's not stopping there. In 2025, Santa returns to BL with 2 new dramas, ready to tell stories on his own terms. Vulnerable, talented, and more determined than ever.